What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to Salty Runback, here to be your weekly intake of North American Developmental League of Legends, and I am alone again here for this intro. Fortunately, Hawk was unable to make it here for this episode. He is at work, and also is still in the process of moving in, and this is the only time that we're able to get this recording done, but don't worry, it's not just me yapping to you guys for a full 50 minutes, although we did have some stuff like that on our Patreon for CTG if you wanted to check that out. But what we did do here today is an interview with two players that just promoted into the NACL, that being Philip and Instinct, the top laner and the AD carry for the Citadel. It was a good time talking to them. Not only did they just promote into the NACL, but they're also the champions of the Aegis Champions League. We talked a little bit about what it was like to play in ACL, especially after the Citadel just got knocked out in the first open qualifier, and the decision to stick around as a team. I thought that was a really fun conversation. And these are two players. Remember, they made it to the finals in the NACL last summer. They went to Brazil with FearX Starforge, and just haven't been back to the league until this upcoming split. And we talk about it a little bit, but our expectation for the league overall is after Luminosity, it's going to be wide open. I think there's a very real possibility that these guys can finish in that top 3, top 2 space, qualify to that promotion tournament, and they definitely think so too, even though we didn't necessarily have our beliefs going into that promotion tournament, which we were sure to talk about, all the call-outs that Diamond and Bradley had on the interview. We banted back and forth a little bit, once again, all in good fun, but yeah, I really think after watching the Citadel play through that promotion tournament, seeing how dominant they looked in that event, I'm pretty confident about what they can do, and they seem very confident, very driven to actually make it back into the LTA, which is a fun conversation to talk about. And it was a fun time with both Instinct and Philip. So make sure you guys stick around for that. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the video if you are new. And that is kind of all there is to say here on the top of the show. Let's send it on over to our interview with Instinct and Philip, the bot laner and the top laner for the Citadel. I'm here with two of the newest members of the NACL, although they have been here before. It's Philip and Instinct, the top laner and the AD carry for the Citadel, who will be competing in the NACL this upcoming split. Also, the reigning ACL champions, as they just took that series as well. And so just kind of champions overall through the promotion tournament, through Aegis, and now going in to the NACL. Philip and Instinct, how are you guys doing today?
Fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Doing good.
All right, cool. Well, the first thing I want to get out of the way is maybe not super related to the esports side of things, but when your roster got announced at the start of the split, like basically everybody on your team tweeted this gif of the minion like watering the banana. I'm linking it to you guys here. I'll show it on the screen right now real quick for everybody at home. What is the background here? Is there any lore that you're allowed to share with us, or
It's all you, Philip. You can explain that.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw it in my friend's Discord one day, and it just caught my eye, and I started spamming it in every Discord I'm in. So.
But it wasn't just you that posted it. It was like, wasn't it like the whole team that was?
Well,
that
yeah,
figured this out?
I think I posted it in our team Discord, and then other people started doing it, and then yeah, we just decided to all tweet it.
So how does that work? Is this
you kind of made us all do it.
Okay, I was gonna ask, like, is this a coordinated effort or what?
Yeah.
Oh, it might have been me.
Well,
I forgot.
we were actually like team synergy. Make us look good too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm checking your Twitter right now, Instinct, and you.
I don't think
did
I did
not
it.
post this, so you're like,
no,
you're just the
no.
anti-team synergy guy, or what?
I can explain.
Okay.
So, when the post went through live, I posted it before, like, Philip telling us to post it with the GIF. So.
Oh yeah.
So I was a little late, or I was
you're
early.
you're actually too dedicated
I was
to the
actually,
team.
I'm early. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. So I'll give you the pass for now then, because okay, I was checking the timestamps. It looks like you're in the clear. You did do it first, so not that I was doubting you or anything, but you are all set.
I do have a lot of doubters. It's fine.
Well, I guess for you, Philip, specifically, like this was your first like year in a while, like not playing in the NACL. So I guess just like what have you been up to specifically, like in your downtime, or I guess both of you guys in your downtime this split before going into summer?
Well, I've been in school for a few years. I think not many people would expect that because it's not like collegiate or anything, but I've been doing that and um, just dealing with like out of game stuff. Obviously, I'm still practicing, and I was planning on playing with Citadel if they were gonna continue. So yeah.
Yeah, cool. And I know Instinct, you just started your first semester at Northwood last spring, but just I guess overall, like, what has that shift been like for you? Not being like a full-time
Um,
player.
for those, so originally, Idol, the coach for TSG, asked me to join, play for the team because they were looking for AD carry. So I was just giving it a shot, for collegiate, and I found that like pretty fun with all the LAN experience and traveling with other teams. So yeah.
Yeah, super cool. I guess you went to a bunch of lands, right? But there's one in Texas, then one in Canada. Do you have like a specific memory from like one of those? I know you've done a lot of these lands,
Uh,
like I guess over your last couple of years, but anything
well,
specific with
the one
Northwood?
in Canada, we actually played. I met Bradley and Kenvi
Yeah.
there because they were there for that. So I guess meeting them, IRL was pretty fun experience.
Was that when you guys were playing together? I'm trying to remember the timeline
No,
here, or
they were
it
on
was not?
UST and I was on Northwood, so
Oh
we were
yeah,
against
yeah.
each
I meant
other.
I meant for Were you playing? You and Brad? Was that
Oh
like
no,
during
not yet.
OQs or before?
Well, we were. I think we were like getting the team together, but I don't think we played yet.
Okay,
I think
I
we were
got you.
still like signing up and signing the team together at that point.
All right. Well, yeah, no, I remember watching that LAN and seeing you guys all like kind of hanging out there. It seemed like a good time. So glad
Mm.
that was a good experience for you guys. But I guess overall, like going back to the Citadel because that's the team that you guys are competing for right now. It's a team you guys promoted into the NACL with over this past week, won ACL with. Kind of a newer organization to League of Legends, but they've been around some other esports for a while. So I guess my first question is just like asking like how you guys got introduced to the team and like what the thought process was, coming off of finals with the NACL, going over to the Americas tournament with Fear last time around. What made you guys come over to this new team for 2025?
Um, I think in the beginning it was Winston and Nova who reached out to us because the NTMR thing kind of blew up, right? And then
Yeah.
I think the leftover players of that who wanted to still play ended up going to Citadel, which was I think Winston and Nova were the ones who were reached out to by Citadel, and then they just we were all like we've known each other for years, right? I've known Winston for 6, 7 years, and so has Bradley, right? And then yeah, I think they they just reached out to us, filled in the gaps for the remaining NTMR slots, and then yeah.
Was there any desire for you guys to play together, or like were you just kind of looking around for different off-season offers and things like that? Or I know that some of you guys ended up going up to the LCS like an XU, but and then other people went down, like Winsome went down to Brazil. But like, was there any desire for you guys to end up on a team again for the split after you guys made it to the finals?
Um, I think we didn't have many options actually, despite
Oh wow.
ending second. Yeah. So, but I think Citadel ended up being the best option regardless, looking at all of like the teams in NACL and OQs, considering like the resources and the teammates. So at the end, we were pretty happy with it. Obviously, we didn't qualify in spring, but I mean, yeah, we just gotta be grateful for everything we experienced, and yeah, we used that time to bounce back stronger this split.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to ask about the first OQ at least just a little bit before we get into all the good stuff because do have to talk about it. You guys did play in that first bracket. There was a lot of really good teams in there, just kind of randomly mixed in. Obviously, you guys like ended up dropping a series to the Friendly Fellows, which was like Wixie and friends, and then losing that last one to Tempest, who ended up finishing top 3 in the NACL this split. So, I guess overall, like, would you call that experience in the OQs like you guys not playing to your best, or also just like credit to the other teams like being good, or is it some combination of the two there?
I think it was just like the iteration of that team. We weren't like the best in my opinion. Like we didn't practice as much, and I think compared to like as of now, we're giving it our all. Like we're all locked in, and we're just trying our hardest to win every single game, no matter who we're against, and just show our dominance and try to promote an ACL this split compared to before.
Any thoughts on that, Philip, or does he kind of lay it out the best
Yeah,
way?
I think on that team we didn't have the best system going on, and honestly, it felt like everyone had the mindset of, oh, if we played to like 70, 80% of our potential, even like 60, we would still qualify. And I guess that goes to show, or like back then, we just got complacent, right? There's not much else to say. Um, I'm sure if you look at our careers and you look at the name tags and you look at the teams we were playing against, it should have been pretty it shouldn't have gone the way it should or it went. So I mean, yeah.
I guess like how much of that do you think is because of the fact that like it's like such a short tournament, like because I feel like if it was like a regular season that you guys played out in tier 3, like maybe there was like time maybe to fix some of those mistakes. Do you feel like you guys are kind of veterans of the tier 3 space a little bit? I remember the Radiance days, the Mirage days from back in the day. Like, any thoughts about how the format has kind of changed over the last couple of years to now just being like this big bracket? Do you feel like it's fun, or do you wish that it was kind of back to what it used to be?
Uh,
Personally, I think I should like be like before, like back in the days, because I remember when we dropped down in the I think it was ACL or whatever tournament we were playing on. Once we were in the losers bracket, we had to play like a lot of series to try to go back to the finals. So it's just like a lot of I won't say time wasted because we lost, but it was just like a lot more time needed to be put in to like try to win the whole thing.
yeah, it's been a while since I was in tier 3 as well, so I'm kind of trying to remember
Yeah,
how
I
it
mean
was
you were
back
only there
then.
for like a couple of weeks, right? And then you
Yeah.
got the LCS call basically pretty soon after that. So
Yeah, I think it was like Academy and then LCS, but
yeah,
yeah, and
yeah,
then I don't know. I feel like this format, I think for like the players that come in to tier 3 like as raw players, it's kind of hard for them to really make an impact because there's probably gonna be some tier 2 players coming down to like sweep the scene.
yeah.
Kind of ironic because I'm saying it
I know, like
after last spring,
like you
but yeah,
guys.
there's yeah, I think tier 3 is always gonna have like that team that's expected to win, and they're probably always gonna win. So yeah.
I guess for you, Instinct, like as somebody who maybe played a little bit longer in Tier 3, like across a couple of different formats, but I guess like there were ones where you played multiple tournaments like in a row. You had like basically like a whole split as a player to develop back when you were, really just first coming up. Do you feel like this new format is not as good, or do you think things like ACL kind of help supplement that as well for younger players that are just trying to make their name known and trying to grow individually?
Um, I guess ACL like does help since it's like every week. Yeah, you have to play for the tournament. But I think back then there were a lot of different leagues you have to play like every week. So that I'm pretty sure back then you had to play like way more of all the different tournaments. So I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I think just getting the more I think overall just getting more games probably is helpful. Like I like we're gonna let's get into like I guess after this OQ and then we can dive a little bit deeper into that one because after you guys ended up losing out, there's like oh man this is so surprising that this happened, right? But then we saw for the Aegis League, you guys Citadel ended up sticking around, and I feel like that's not always the case. Of like sometimes if a big super team comes together and it doesn't work out, like they'll just kind of all go their separate ways. But at least a big chunk of you decided to stay for Aegis, and even for a tournament that's not really like Riot affiliated, right? It's not necessarily like the OQs. I guess what was the thought process behind that? Was Citadel like super willing and wanting to sign up for this, or was this more you guys like saying, "Hey, like we want to play in this tournament," and then they kind of just like were able to just to sign on with you guys there?
Well, originally I wasn't planning to play, and that's why you saw Push play the
Yeah.
first few weeks. So, and then I think my schedule kind of freed up, and I just had a lot of free time to spend with the team. Because I was planning on playing the NACL, right? Or
hmm
the NACL OQs. So I felt might as well just start building some synergy from there.
I think at first, once our coach uh, Nova asked us to participate for just to like build synergy within the team. So I guess all of us just wanted to play uh, to just build the reps in because we're all looking to uh, promote and win. So more practice helps.
Yeah, and I guess on that note, like you guys obviously for the first OQ didn't have that many reps together, didn't have any scrims together. Do you feel like playing like every week in Aegis like helped you guys out in terms of your ability to work together and things like that going into this recent promotion tournament and this recent open qualifier? Like, or was it more just like a good time to just like hang out and vibe with the guys? I guess.
I think for us, because we have so much experience, we just know how to improve. So even though in ages the teams are relatively weaker to like the teams that we usually play against, we just as long as we're playing in the game, I think because we have people like Diamond, we have Winston and Nova as our coach, we can, from what I feel, we made really good use of our time together, even if we were playing against weaker teams.
Yeah, I mean that definitely makes sense for just the experience you guys are able to build together and you guys I guess like how like hard how much were you tryharding in terms of like towards the end of it because did it feel different because it's not like a Riot affiliated event? I mean, you guys have basically been playing in like only Riot competitions for the past like few years. Now that you're in Aegis, is there any difference in terms of what you guys felt, or is it kind of all the same once you get onto into the game?
Um,
Well,
oh, you go.
I think in the beginning, since we were a new team, we were just learning how to play with each other. But then towards the end, we just wanted to win, so we were serious throughout the game until like we just know like it's over, and then we're just like chilling for the rest of the game. Even
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I think in the finals, some of us were talking about playing off-roll, but and then the other
They
half
did
was
win one
like,
of the games. They did actually
that's
take one
true.
off
We
you,
we
so
had to like sit up after a bit, but I mean, yeah, some of us just wanted to like end fast because we knew we could like clean sweep these guys. It was just how fast can we do it, right? And then yeah,
Okay, to be fair, were also kind of first timing champions that game.
that is true.
Won't name who, but yeah.
you know what? You guys won at the end of the day, so that's what matters most, right? But hey, at least you gave
Yeah.
them a little bit of credit. Can I guess who the first timer was? I mean, it has to be Diamond, right? Was it Diamond's Pike?
Well, he does play Pike, but that champs becomes pretty useless after a while.
So it wasn't him, or that was the first timer you're talking about.
Well, I wouldn't say it's him, but like
All right, well,
his pick was like sort of the problem.
okay, I have the lineup set up right now. So I mean, I could keep guessing, or you can just tell me right now. You
I
know, like
mean,
yeah.
you want to tell him, Phil?
Yeah, my Aatrox isn't what it used to be.
No, it's the Jacks, like the Kenvi Jacks.
Oh. Oh, well, I also haven't played Aatrox in a
Wait,
while.
you guys won that game though.
No, we didn't. That was
No, we lost
that
that
was
game.
the game we lost. Yeah.
In promo. Oh yeah, in promo tourney. Okay, yeah, no. I was asking about the ACL finals. Okay, so Kenvi doesn't play the
Oh,
Jax then, is what you're saying.
well,
Yeah.
we just never scrim. Well, he probably plays it on his own. Actually, he played. He said he played Jacks last time 6 months ago. So yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, the KDA looks like it, so that's fair enough. I guess I can understand there. So hey, we gave him a game, but congrats on winning the Aegis League. But now going back to the OQ a little bit, I'm gonna give you guys the opportunity. I know that it seems like one of our podcast episodes like made the rounds in your servers or something, because every post game interview, it wasn't you guys, but it was Diamond and Bradley. They were calling us out. I guess like overall like thoughts about people saying that, oh, you guys like the synergy isn't there, or just like it's not looking good because of what we saw in the first OQ, and I guess like how you guys dealt with that, or and then I guess I'm just giving you the floor to like dunk on us again publicly if you want, because now that you're here, you know.
Um, well, do we deserve it? Actually, maybe we do. We won. Um,
Yeah, you guys won.
I think it's hard for you guys to see, but I think our players are definitely regarded higher than what you guys rate us. So I feel like, I mean, it's fair for you guys to say that after last OQ, right? But I think, yeah, I mean, I think there's not much. How do I say this? Like, if we were to play at our floor in our skill, then we would have easily won, right? So I think in the future, we're just gonna, yeah, we're just gonna not make that mistake so you guys don't rate us that low.
All right, yeah, that's good, because I agree with you. Like when you guys, if you look at the players on the team, we would have. I mean, it's 100%. But A, we have the tape we can go off of, and B, yeah, you gotta have the hot take every once in a while. So
Yeah, that's true.
that's where we're going. That's where we're going. You guys are the easy team to dunk on. No offense. So
Yeah, because
you're just the
we
clear
choked.
favorites.
We
Yeah,
choked.
yeah.
Well, that is true, but some of the things you guys say is like just mind blowing sometimes. You guys don't know. Like we just
Okay.
sit here and we listen to your guys' podcast, and
Yeah,
we're just sitting here and wow, these guys are really stupid, and what comes out their mouth.
that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Is there? I guess I think Hawk was. I think Hawk went the hardest on Citadel, so he's not here. So, but
That's
you
true.
guys
He
can.
said Bradley's laning wasn't good.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, for the Kenvi point, we were watching him during CLOL and we were very disappointed. But I'm glad that he locked in finally
No,
for you
he's locked
guys.
in now.
It's
We
good.
changed
Yeah,
that.
I'm
yeah.
glad that he's locked in. It's good.
I'm sure everyone knows his potential, so
Oh
you guys
yeah.
will.
Well,
Yeah.
dude, I mean, for us like who've been watching like NACL Academy or whatever, like dude,
Yeah.
we all know Kenvi and how good he is. So
Of course,
it's
of
good to
course.
see him back, you know? But
Yeah.
I'm glad that you guys are still decided to come on here, even if you think we're not as smart. So I appreciate that. But I guess now going ahead to um, this upcoming split, because now you guys finally have made it. You're playing in the NACL, and again, you guys made the finals last time. You two specifically played together with Fear Star Forge. So. Um, is that kind of the expectation for this team? It's a roster full of veterans that have all had like such high levels of success in tier 2 before. Like, is that just the expectation coming in, like, or how good do you think you guys are going to be going into this next split?
Um. Yeah. I mean, I think I can connect this to the last question. If the public knew how uh us as players are regarded, then I think it's fair to say that we can be rated top 3 or top 2 already, just from our reputation and just us as players. Obviously, I would say Luminosity, they have very good players on their team, and they're building off many years of synergy, right? So, yeah, I think if you look at our team, we obviously have a core in Kenvi and Diamond, and obviously me and Instinct have played together, and even Bradley. So, I think because of the existing synergy and our reputations, I think it's fair to say top 2 or 3 already.
Would you agree with that statement, Instinct? 'Cause I think in general, like I don't really know many of the rosters other than Luminosity because I know they're running it back. But as somebody from the outside, like we don't know too much. But just given what you guys are, I would have you like top. I'd probably have you guys top 4, top like at least top half, like definitely, and then probably
That's fair.
closer to that
You'll
top
see.
3. But I just don't know what the
Um,
rosters look like. To be fair, you know. So like,
I think the league's like gone way weaker, especially when if because Yuji left, so that team, I think Dragon Steel or Dark Zero
Zamuda
became way
too.
worse, and Zamuda, yeah, I think they became way worse, and rest of the league is just like really weak in my opinion.
mhm.
I think if we put enough work and just really lock in, we will win the whole thing.
Talking about Luminosity real quick. I know is there anything about Instinct like you and Tactical from back in the day that like do you guys wanna go back and beat him, or is it just kind of another opponent?
Mm, I don't really hold a grudge against him or anything. I think I treat every opponent the same. Just try to beat everyone.
All right. Hey, that's humble stuff from you. So that's good. That's good. Um, yeah, I guess I had another question about this. Yeah, like you guys both, speaking of that, have both been in the LCS before. Like have been tier 1, have had that experience playing on the stage. Been to lands both, in LA for Instinct, like you went to a bunch of Casilo stuff, like also you guys went down to Brazil playing in that tier 2 tournament. Like how much does being at that top level competing in tier 1 mean for you guys? Like is this just is that still the main goal for being a part of this team and for competing to earn that spot, or is it also just like is there are there any other kind of motivations for you guys at this point now that you're a little bit further in your careers, or is the goal just still to play in the LTA for 2026?
I think for me personally, I always want to test myself. So for me, that means just to keep going, and you know, this is kind of what I like doing with my life, and a big part of it is because of the people that's involved, right? Like on the team, on the staff side, and I think I wouldn't say tier 1 is a goal, even though I think we can do it, but it's more so just reaching my peak, I guess, as a player. And if that's tier 1 or in the top of tier 2, then that's just how it is, right?
I think most of our mentality for like our players, if we're gonna like do something or play for something, we should give it our all and aim for like the highest. The highest is just winning it all.
But so there's not. It's just mostly to win the league, win NACL. There's not like I guess like is there like any plans like if you guys promote? Have you guys talked about that at all? Like, or is it mostly just focused on this year?
I think we're just focused on this year. Just take it day by day. Um, just if we're playing, we should just like give it our all.
Yeah. I mean, I do think we can do it for sure. And I think the only thing we can do is just work hard every day, right? But I am willing to bet that if all of us do lock in, then our potential is definitely there. We can definitely win the whole thing. And yeah, who knows for next year, right?
Yeah, fair enough. I feel like I agree with you in the fact that there's luminosity at the top, but in terms of after that, especially because Yuji and Zamuda both left, like the league is like wide open, and you guys like have 2 finalists, like another guy who's like won all these championships and before. So like I definitely think very wide open, and like I could definitely see a world where Citadel is right up there towards the finals, if not even winning the whole thing. So very much looking forward to seeing what you guys can do. I guess diving in a little bit further to just what you guys are like and what the team is, how the team is doing right now. Like, I want to know a little bit more about what the 5-man unit is acting like, right? So like, how are scrims going? I guess any fun moments that you want to share about what's happened over the past like couple weeks, or what's going on kind of in between seasons. That you mentioned that there might be a boot camp going on. So what I guess just like, yeah, like how the vibes going, and if do you have any fun stories to tell?
Um, no, our team environment is great. I think any team that has me and Instinct will make the team environment fun. And there's Diamond too, right? Like he likes to crack jokes a lot. There's
Yeah.
Bradley. Like we're all very sarcastic people. We're trolls. So I think every scrim we're having a good time. We're learning. There's not many teams that are scrimming recently. Some teams are doing tryouts, and we were scrimming the teams from the finals of last split as well. Could have been better. Could have been better for sure. But I think there was good signs for sure in our scrims. And I mean, yeah, I definitely have high hopes for what has happened so far with this team.
Um, we're just chilling basically. Most of our days or most days we're just either hanging out on Discord, streaming solo queue, or just cracking jokes with one another. I would say we're like really close with
Oh,
one
nice.
another, even though it's like online for now.
Is that always the case where like as teammates you always hang out, or is this kind of like a unique situation for you guys?
Um, I think it's unique because it kind of feels like we're more than just a team. Like usually 4 or 5 of us are in call, and the missing person feels inclined to join, because he's like the one teammate that's not there. So yeah, I definitely feel like even before the split is starting, I feel like our team chemistry is there.
So what I'm hearing is it's not just playing for the money, because I saw some tweets, maybe calling that out from
I
certain
mean,
coaches and things
yeah,
like that.
ThinUnclePhil.
I know
I mean, it
Instinct,
has to be.
you might have a response to. I want to give you the floor if you wanted to talk about that, I guess.
Well, I just didn't like how basically saying we're playing for money when he doesn't know like how much work we're putting behind the scenes and what's done behind the scenes. So basically, I'm here for people.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
So
also he doesn't know like what went on, right? Like where else could we have went to, right? As well.
yeah,
So
that's fair. I
Also, this
mean,
guy tweets a lot on Twitter when his team is like the bottom of the barrel in NACL.
so Instinct, you said I treat every opponent the same, but something tells me when you guys play Blue Water, you might have a little extra motivation. Is that right?
Well, I don't even know who's on their team anymore, but before they're like pretty bad. And yeah, I just don't like the attitude of their coach.
All right, fair enough. Hey,
very fair, very fair.
we gotta talk about the drama a little bit here to wrap this up as well. I guess for you, Philip, is there anyone you're looking forward to playing against again now that you're back in the NACL?
Well, I was really looking forward to playing against Zamudo, but he's gone now.
Yeah,
I
he
think
dropped.
the fact that he's gone, well, after a full year of playing against him last year, he kind of set like the standard of what it means to pressure someone in lane and in the 1v1, and I feel like because he's gone, no one can really handle that, not handle, but take that mantle. So I think, yeah, I think every player that I'm going to be playing against in NACL, every top player, I've already played against in the past, and I feel like they're just the same as always, right? So yeah, it's just gonna be another day on the job.
All right, last like analytical question then, because you always say that, or you guys just you say that like maybe we don't know everything going on behind the scenes, but you guys have played against like a lot of these same opponents for a while. So each of you give me one player in your role that you guys maybe they are good and maybe they do a lot of really good stuff, but for some reason like you just have their number whenever, or you feel very comfortable going against them.
You wanna go first, Tony?
I'm trying to think. I
I'm
can't really
trying to
think
think.
anyone.
And maybe it could be
off
like
my head.
it could be a support player too for you, Instinct, as well, because I know you play against a lot of those guys as well, like just like in the 2v2.
I feel like Quacker, you can kind of tell what he's gonna play all the time, right? He's always gonna stick to his, comfort picks. Like it's gonna be the next one after the next one. Like his best champion and his next best champion. He's not gonna really play you know, like a really special pick that you wouldn't expect. It's kind of just his picks. So I felt like I always was quite comfortable against him.
I'm gonna say Manui, even though he plays support, because he ran down my Soki game earlier.
As,
I'm
as
gonna say him.
as ADC or as support?
Well, he was auto-filled and he was running it down, so
Okay. Well, can you really fault him then if he was autofilled? I guess you can.
I mean, yeah, because
All right. Fair enough.
yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? That's those are some good shoutouts, and I guess if you ever come across some more, you're always free to let us know in the comments of when our takes are wrong or anything, or you can just call us out on the broadcast too. I promise I'm not salty. I'm just it's just in good. I'm just
It's
throwing
fair
it
for you
around.
guys to trash talk us. We deserve it.
No, you guys, we actually don't deserve it, which is why it's funny. And also, I feel like you guys are like two of the nicer people that are on the team. So we got lucky putting you guys in or
That's true.
having Citadel
Diamond and
send you
Bradley would
guys
have
up.
went crazy.
Diamond has like I know Diamond's joking like all the time, but he sounds so serious in his interview.
No, he's like passive aggressive.
Yeah, no, but it's
Yeah,
it's
he
good.
is.
It's like so funny though too. I think he like DM'd Hawk afterwards. He was like, "Yo, I'm sorry. I was just joking," because it did sound like it, but I mean, he also knew. So we're all very aware that it's all in good fun. But we appreciate you guys supporting us and supporting NACL and playing in this as well. And we're wishing you guys the best of luck going into the summer of 2025. Before we let you go, I guess we get both of you the time to shout out anything that you would like before we wrap things up.
Um, what do you can go first, Tony.
Shout out to Citadel, our teammates, and our staffs that work with us each and every other day.
Yeah, shout out to our team as well and the managers behind the scenes. They're doing a lot, especially NovaBot. Maybe a bit too much. So yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Philip and Instinct. Best of luck to you guys and the Citadel as you guys progress through the NACL split for 2025. Thank you very much to Philip and Instinct for sitting down and talking to me. It was a very fun interview, a very lighthearted one, I think, overall. I know that these guys are gremlins. I know that they are little instigators in there, so I tried to push their buttons a little bit. Hopefully that ended up coming out. It's very cool to see that not only are these guys like super driven, but they're also seem to be really enjoying their time with the team. That little note that Instinct said about them just like all hanging out all day, even when they're not actually like playing in official matches or in scrims together. I think generally that's a good sign that things are going to be going well. You know, we always talk about there being a benefit to being in person and just like having that in-person environment. That's like for collegiate organizations and back when the NACL and academy teams did that. This is as close as you can get to that level, right? Where you're hanging out when you're not even like playing official matches, you're also getting the chance to just bond as a team, even though it is just online. And I think these guys who have had that in-person experience know that it's important. And I'm glad that the team is just going and getting along so far as well. And you know, it's hard to talk about like the state of the league and the placements of everything without knowing all the rosters, but the one thing I do know is I'm looking forward to seeing when Instinct plays against ThinUnclePhil and what the tweets look like after that from either party. But that's going to do it for this episode of Salty Runback. We'll be back with probably some more headlines next week. Again, our schedule is a little bit up in the air just with MSI, but there actually was a lot of news that just dropped in the space, both about Griffin now signing with Loud in the LTA South, as well as just the new format getting dropped, and some discussions that we can have about that. So definitely time for some conversations via a Salty Runback episode. We're going to try to get an episode out for you guys next week at the very least, if not maybe our regular 2 episodes a week schedule as we get ready for MSI. But make sure to leave a like, subscribe. Again, if you have not, follow us on all of our social media to let you know when that next episode is going live. And if you think that the Citadel is not going to finish top 5 in the NACL, well, you can take what everybody said here with a grain of salt. My name is Grapes. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.